Hey guys, and welcome to my low tier German tank destroyer tutorial, which is going to be focusing on the Panzer 1, the Marder 2, and the Hetzer. Alright, now let's start with the Panzer. It has very weak armor, a very small gun traverse range, but it features a very deadly selection of guns for its tier and can become quite lethal once you upgrade it. Alright, so in this game, you enroll the tanks basically on the start. It's rush between the teams to get to a position which gives them some sort of tactical advantage over the enemy team, such as this hill we're climbing right here. Right, so remember that you should never be the first man in your team to reach such a position. Always let a light tank or some air scout get there first. Now, once you do get to such a position, you should find a good spot to camouflage yourself in, such as the bush I'm going to get in the next couple of seconds. And you should also make sure that the spot you're in has some sort of cover nearby, such as this huge rock to the left. Now, once you do get to such a position, you need to pick your shots. You don't want to squander a stealth advantage by taking just any shot you can and revealing your position to the enemy. Right now we're just having some light tank scouting, and there we go, our first customers.
We nailed it bad. Enemy is hit. Enemy armor is hit.
Alright, that's one down. We're basically just chugging away at the enemy right here.
Gotcha.
Alright, that's our first kill. There's a shot we cannot take. Now, next couple of seconds, you should see why is cover important.
Got him.
Right now, somebody bought it. There, we suffered a direct hit on the left. Now, we need to back out. When you're under fire, it's very important to be on the move and never turn your back to the enemy. Always reverse. Now, this rock is going to protect us from enemy fire, but we can still fire it down. Alright, same battle, different situation. We have an enemy TD come straight at us. Now, there's a small hill between us. I made a mistake of climbing that hill. Exposed my very, very weak underbelly, and that was an easy one-shot kill for me. Alright, now, you're going to get to see what happens when you're leading away in a tank destroyer, especially when there's an enemy tank destroyer lying in wait. We're just gonna speed up the footage a little bit here. Alright, there he is, an enemy Panzer 1. He has no idea. We take a shot, he doesn't know where it came from. Take a second shot, bam, he's down. Alright, now you're gonna see why you should never stick in the same position for a long time. There, we almost suffered a hit, see that? Now we need to get out of here and find a different position before he reloads and zeroes in on us. Now, it's very important to be on the move, like I already said, and never stop. If you stop, you're dead. Now, this clip is going to demonstrate your most powerful weapon, stealth. Bam, one shot. Doesn't know where we are. 2 shots. 3 shots. 100 to 0%. He never even saw it coming. Now, in this case, we don't have a bush to hide us, but we do have a rock for cover, and we have a huge advantage over the enemy with flanked. And now we can blast away at their weakest side. Now, use the tactic whenever you can, and it's easiest to get on the enemy flank if they're busy fighting with your teammates. Alright, now try and spot what I did wrong here. Now, this mistake is going to be punished severely by the enemy tank destroyer. See that? I fired on him, zoomed out, and I missed. I only managed to destroy him by firing blind in this clip in his last position, but that's pure luck. You should never rely on that. Always zoom in and get a clear shot. Alright, now we come under enemy fire. Like I said, we already do have our backs exposed to him, so just we need to zigzag the hell out of here. And that will conclude our Panzer 1 tutorial. Alright, now next up is the Marder 2. The Marder 2, with its huge gun traverse range, very good cannons, and good speed, makes for a very powerful tank destroyer, especially in open field maps, but it isn't any less lethal in urban combat, as you're about to see. Now, notice how in this clip I stick to the edge of the map, because enemy scouts will take this path if they want to live long enough to light up some targets for their artillery. Alright, now what we're gonna do is just get to the edge of the map and find some partial cover because there are many bushes in the city, as you can see. Alright, now see that the rebel is going to provide good partial cover for us. For now, we're just gonna wait for the enemy scout. Ah, there's our first customer. Alright, so we get one shot. He's not destroyed, he misses. We fire from the hip, bam, he's down. Now, he only managed to light up one target, me, and the enemy already can't get me because of this building that covers me. This is just a little bit more defensive tank destroyer playing. We're still going to switch to support tank destroyer. Now we're going to in this clip we're going to talk about flanking in an urban environment, which is a much better tactic to use in an open environment due to narrow city streets. Okay, now yet again we use this rubble for partial cover. We see no enemy tanks, we can move up further. We got some allies coming down from the next street. Oh, fail, I should have sped up this footage. Sorry about that. Right now we spot an enemy tank. We're gonna move up, see if we can take him down. Always use the Alt key to determine which type of the tank does the enemy use. Right now we're just gonna get one shot at him, scare him off.
They're knocked out.
No, destroy him. Alright, now here's where flanking comes in handy. We got a Panzer IV fighting some allies. He doesn't know we got on his side. He's still focused on the enemies in front of him.
Enemy is hit.
We penetrate his side armor. We reload for a second shot, but our allies finish the job. Alright, now the short clip is just here to show you that you need to select the best target before you give yourself away by shooting. Now, once we do take up this position, sorry about that sound. It was on Facebook while recording. Alright, now see that Panzer 3/4 was backing out, but the Stug had its weaker side armor exposed. We got a shot, we penetrated. The second blind shot was a miss. Alright, so this next clip is a huge mistake I did here. Now we got an enemy scout coming at us. Now I got on a hill. I exposed myself, I exposed my rear armor, and although I do get a shot at him right here, and the ally does the same mistake, see that right next to me, and bam, he paid for it severely. That should have been me, but it wasn't. Thanks, ally. So yeah, basically that's it. Never turn around when you see an enemy scout and your teammates are near you. They're gonna finish the job. You just have your front armor facing the enemy at all times. Alright, now some more. This clip is going to show you how powerful of a weapon your tank destroyer can be while playing base defense. We got some enemies who got around our defenses and they're trying to cap our base. See that? Some light tank and medium M2. We hit the M2. They both stop. Knock out the M2.
Enemy armor is destroyed.
Somebody else knocks out the Panzer III. This heads right tank. Oh, yeah, Panzer I. This should be an easy one shot. That's an easy one shot. Alright, so this clip is going to show you that sometimes you just, no matter how good you are, you just can't defend yourself. The enemy is going to overwhelm us. Despite having cover, they just have a lot more guns than we do, and we get destroyed. So you shouldn't rage every time we're destroyed. Sometimes there's just nothing you can do about it. Get with the program.
We've had it. Let's get out of here.
Alright, so defensive tank destroyer players should know that their TDs excel guarding choke points such as this one. Now we should find ourselves a bush to camouflage ourselves, but I don't do that because there are enemy tanks already coming at us. They would just easily spot me. So we fire off, we destroy Yak Panzer I. Sorry about that. Now we fire off second shot, take out second Yak Panzer. We shift positions. Spot another enemy tank, it's a light tank.
Another one
We get a good shot.
Finish them.
We damaged him. Alright, now the T's greatest weakness is a fast, agile opponent. You have no turret, he does, he has speed. We got a shot on him, I have no idea who we missed right here. And bam, he hits as it takes out our track, he sets us on fire, and we're destroyed by the fire. Great job by the Panzer, and that concludes our Marder 2 tutorial. Last but not least, we have the Hetzer. Alright, so with the Hetzer I recommend upgrading every module except for the gun and the radio. The radios are not cheap at all, and they're only compatible with the Hetzer, which means they cannot be transferred to any other vehicle. And the other guns for the Hetzer are also expensive, and they do not have the penetration that makes them worth it. Some people do claim that the 10.5 centimeter howitzer with the high explosive shells is worth it, but I don't know, it just didn't work out so well for me. I also recommend saving up at least 80,000 credits so you can train your crew up to 75%. You'll see why this is important later on. Alright, so for the first time we discussed camouflage in an urban environment and this destroyed building right here. The Hetzer, it's great, it has a great camouflage factor. By default, this building only enhances it. This KV has no idea that we're shooting at him, he's only focused on the P-28 shooting at him from below. And the friendly KV finishes the job. Alright, let's see that my untrained crew cannot hit stationary opponents several hundred meters, 200 or 300 I can see right here. Alright, so that's why I need your crew upgraded, trust me. It's well worth the credits. Alright now. This footage shows a very unorthodox tactic of stalling an enemy heavy tank while my teammates are capturing their home base. Now what we're going to do is we're going to play cat and mouse with this T1 heavy tank around the destroyed building. He wants to kill. He wants to destroy us. He's totally going to neglect my teammates capturing his home base. He'll just want that +1 kill. Alright, so basically we're chasing him, he's chasing us. The only thing we can penetrate is the rear. Ooh, we rushed a little bit here, we gotta back out. I see that now it's basically all over. He could destroy me, but I don't want to waste credits for repairs. Bam, we win. Alright, so this last clip is going to show you how useful flanking can be when you combine it with your allies. And it's going to show you how to use your tank as a battering ram. Now, right next to this warehouse, or whatever the hell it is, there's a small wall that's covering the enemy base. Now, my allies are breaking any resistance to the left. Then we're going to use our tank to go through the wall, Leroy Jenkins style. Bam, we burst through. There's an enemy Marder 2. He didn't see us, he destroyed one of our allies instead. We tried to detrack him, we failed. Now that's why I recommend you loading up some high explosive shells in the Hetzer. You eventually knock him out. There's an enemy artillery unit remaining to defend the base. We do get a shot on him, he gets a shot on us, but thanks to help from this light tank we managed to destroy him. Now this was just a very good example of using teamwork and flanking for overwhelming the enemy and capturing the base. Also, I recommend loading up the following consumables on your Hetzer: the small repair kit, the small first aid kit, and the manual fire extinguisher. Trust me, you won't regret it. So that was it. Thanks for watching, guys, and remember to check out the video description for many other useful links that can help you improve your game.